Welcome to the weekly market wrap-up. I'm Brent Stafford in this week for Hannah Bernard. Markets continued their summer winning streak as the Dow again cracked through the 17,000 mark and the S&P 500 hit another all-time high. How good was the news out there? Let's find out. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has certainly made a comeback after it gave up all of its gains for the year just last month. It's now back in black, gaining 60 points on Thursday to close at 17,039. The S&P 500 keeps winning, gaining 5.86 points Thursday to set another all-time high at 1,992. And the Nasdaq also continued to advance, nudging up 5.62 points to close Thursday at 4,532. Now let's turn to Canadian markets. After posting a 5-session winning streak and hitting an all-time high on Wednesday, the Toronto Stock Exchange dipped a little on Thursday as investors engaged in some very modest profit-taking. The TSX nudged down 5.86 points to close at 15,556. And the TSXV also regained 5.50 points on Thursday, breaking a psychological barrier to close at 1,002.20. The big news this week in the red-hot retail dollar store sector was on Thursday. Family Dollar stores rejected an $8.9 billion takeover bid from Dollar General, citing significant antitrust issues. Instead, Family Dollar is holding firm to its earlier $8.5 billion merger deal with Dollar Tree, a smaller competitor in the deep discount retail space. Shares in Dollar General surged 12% on Monday following its bid and saw little change Thursday after being spurned by Family Dollar. It's likely Dollar General will make another takeover attempt very soon. The move by Family Dollar sets up a potentially bruising battle for control of one of the biggest U.S. dollar discount stores, as retailers seek to cater to America's working poor. Traders had a bit of a scare on Wednesday when it was indicated in Federal Reserve minutes that policymakers had debated at their July meeting whether to move faster than expected to start raising interest rates in light of an improving job market and rising inflation. The news of a sooner than anticipated interest rate hike sent the market down midday Wednesday, but traders quickly shook off the dip as the Wall Street Journal reported Fed officials had decided they needed more evidence before concluding a rate hike is in order. Now to winners and losers in our picks for the week. The winner for this week is American Eagle Outfitters, ticker symbol AEO. American Eagle shares soared on Wednesday, gaining $1.39, up 12% to close at $12.98. While the company's shares have been battered over the past year on slumping sales, they delivered a Q2 beat this week with an EPS of 3 cents on revenue of $711 million. American Eagle Outfitters is a teen-oriented brand offering clothing, accessories, and personal care products in over 1,100 stores in the U.S. and Canada. The loser for this week is Digital Ally Inc., ticker symbol DGLY. Digital Ally, which is a high-def maker of law enforcement cameras, has been on our radar for a while now, clocking in as both a winner and loser in the last 6 months. This week, it's again our loser. Digital Ally shares went on a roller coaster ride on Wednesday, first soaring from increased interest in the company's products following the police shooting and civil unrest in Ferguson, Missouri. In early trading, Digital Ally was one of the Nasdaq's top gainers, up nearly 6%, only to finish as the biggest Nasdaq loser for the day, dropping a whopping 18% to close at $5.79 Wednesday. Despite a dramatic increase in law enforcement inquiries about its first VU officer-worn video system, the realities of a steep decline in cash flow and earnings per share led to the drop in value. Well, those are our winners and losers for this week, and now it's time to check in on the gains you could have locked in by following the weekly watch list from Robert James and Viral Stocks. Well, that's enough about this week. Now let's turn to BayStreet.ca's look at the week ahead and the snapshot of what analysts are forecasting for companies whose earning reports are coming out next week. Here are 3 U.S. stocks to watch. First up on Tuesday is Best Buy Co. with an EPS forecast of 31 cents compared to 32 cents in the prior year quarter. Next up on Wednesday is Tiffany & Co. with an EPS forecast of 86 cents compared to 83 cents in the prior year quarter. Finally, on Thursday is Dollar General with an EPS forecast of 83 cents compared to 77 cents in the prior year quarter. And of course, Dollar General raised eyebrows this week with its muscular bid for rival Family Dollar stores for $78.58 a share. Here are 3 Canadian stocks to watch next week. Well, it's Bank Week in Canada, and first up on Tuesday is Bank of Montreal with an EPS forecast of $1.65 compared to $1.68 in the prior year quarter. Next up on Wednesday is Bank of Nova Scotia with an EPS forecast of $1.41 compared to $1.32 in the prior year quarter. Finally, on Thursday is Toronto Dominion Bank with an EPS forecast of $1.10 compared to 83 cents in the prior year quarter. TD's American arm announced this month its mobile check deposit app for Android and iPhone devices. And that wraps it up. Thanks again so much for joining us for another weekly market wrap-up. Before you head out for the weekend, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or podcast on iTunes and find us on Facebook and on Twitter. For Viral Network News, BayStreet.ca and Hannah Bernard, I'm Brent Stafford.